Why should I have a side hustle? Great question. Somebody actually asked me that. I was at the local university here in San Diego, Cal State San Marcos, and I volunteered to sit in this classroom with, it was actually not a classroom, but more a expo for Business 300 for San Marcos students. And one gentleman asked me that, why should I have a side hustle? Well, everybody should have a side hustle. Okay. My first side hustle actually started in high school. I was working at Chief Auto Parts. I was a shift manager at the time in high school of this multi-million dollar store. And I think I was around 16, 17 years old. And somebody walked up to me. I was in charge of the store. And some random, really polished dude had a nice pressure, a tie. He walked up to me. He looked very trustworthy. He goes, "Excuse me, are you open to other ways of making money?" That was his line. Are you open to other ways of making money? Well, as a young man, of course, I was broke. I was struggling. I wanted to make money. I had an entrepreneurship in my blood. And yeah. So he handed me this tape. Anyway, long story short, that helped me out in one of my other journeys, multi-level marketing. Okay. It happened to be the company called Amway, Amway. Some of you know it, some of you don't know it. It's still around, I think. Okay. There's other multi-level marketing companies out there, and some of them are pretty good. I would vouch for some of them. I think Melaleuca is still out there. There's a lot. Anyway, check them out. Maybe start there. And why? Well, if you're at a 9 to 5 job, you're working 40 hours a week, you're very, very limited. Okay. What do I mean? Read a book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and you'll know exactly what I mean. They have a cash flow quadrant, they call it ESBI. ESBI. Some of you are just an employee, E quadrant. You should advance. You should promote yourself into the S quadrant, self-employed. Okay, that's called the side hustle. Okay, well, why? Well, think about it this way. Some of you really need some more tax write-offs. And disclaimer, I'm not a tax professional, CPA, check your professionals, what have you. When you go in business for yourself and you start to travel and you start to talk about your business, whether it's your multi-level marketing business or any other business out there, my mom and dad, God bless their hearts. I wish they would have known a little bit more about tax strategy, because there were so many times they could have taken advantage. They were Filipino immigrants. They didn't know any better. Okay. And so here, being born and raised here, I got to learn better. And having a side hustle, your own business, well, if you're talking about your business on your trips, and again, full disclaimer, I'm not your tax professional, CPA, anything like that. Check with your tax professional. Good amount of that could be written off. Okay. Your airfare, your hotel. Okay. Start to employ your kids, start to employ your pets, get them involved in this business. And I'll tell you what, a lot of your things that you're normally doing anyway, well, that'll mitigate your tax impact and paying taxes. Okay. That'll minimize what you have to write that check to Uncle Sam. That alone is why you need a side hustle, why you need to do multi level marketing, why you need to do real estate on the side, get your license. Okay. It's huge. You don't like real estate? Maybe it's insurance. Go join that insurance company. Do it on the side. Okay. I don't know honestly if Avon's still around, but I think Mary Kay is. Mary Kay is, I think, also multi-level. Okay, that's a side hustle. Figure out what it is. There's multiple websites that you could use your creativity as a side hustle and get paid for it. I tell my kids, I told them about Upwork and Fiverr. Do part-time online. There's people looking out for you internationally. You could do this as a side hustle when you're going to college. You could do it side hustle when you're in high school. Okay, so I hope I'm driving a point home why you need a side hustle. Okay? especially nowadays. I mean, I've seen it. People interview me for multiple different positions, and I see that uncertainty, instability. You can't trust corporate America on your future. That days of like working at one company for 20, 30, 40 years is gone. Okay? Very, 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 very rare that you're going to see somebody stay at one company for the rest of their life. It's not a thing anymore. Okay? Maybe to the Gen Xers and the baby boomers, but man, if you're Gen Z or whatever, this younger generation, you really need to heed my advice. Okay. I'm that older dude with a lot of wisdom and not that much hair left. so so heed my advice. I've been hustling since high school. Okay. Probably closer to actually 13 years old. I was working in South San Diego, and there was a theater, a drive-in theater. 13 years old, I would walk across the street from Hofer Drive, South San Diego, Saturday, Sunday, walk across this busy Coronado Avenue to work at the swap meet. I've been working since 13 years old, okay? Hustling and hustling and hustling. Had a newspaper route. I had a car wash. I had some of the neighborhood friends of mine. I rallied them together and we did car washes. I did a lot of different hustles, folks. I've been hustling for a long, long time. So should you. Okay. Especially when there's uncertainty, especially when, hey, woe is me. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Go do something. Okay. Before I get too much on a rant, I'm going to hit the brakes a little bit. This is where maybe too much coffee is kicking in for some of you. But anyway, why you should do a side hustle. Hopefully, I drove that point home. Okay. Taxes, the uncertainty of the economy, control your destination. Read Rich Dad Poor Dad again. Get into the BI quadrant is the most important thing, where you become a business owner, you become an investor. Okay. You leverage other people's time, other people's talents, and that's where it ultimately should be. The BI quadrant, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Read that book if you haven't already. Hopefully, folks, I dropped some big, big golden nuggets for you. Take it, run with it. Don't just keep watching YouTube. Don't just keep listening to these audibles, what have you. Do something about it. All right. Take care. God bless. I love you guys. All right. Subscribe, like, follow me. I'm gonna be anywhere, everywhere. I'm really inspired. Part of it, I lost my YouTube. Some of you know the story, some of you don't, but God bless, man. I'm here to serve, I'm here to help. Whatever I can do, reach out. You might talk to my team, you might talk to me direct. Send me some love, smash that bell. I'll see you at the top. Take care. God bless. Make it a great day.